mutant. You dare challenge Apocalypse again? Blasphemer! You defile my sacred chamber!
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Gamer Cosmic Show. Oh my god, the internet was on fire! Yes, man, we've finally seen the first pictures of Josh Brolin as Cable. I'll have to say, man, I like it. I like it, but once again, I am a comic book purist. I kind of wish we seen the shoulder pads. You know, something retrofitted to make it look more modern, but I really wanted to see the pads. But I do like it. There has been some complaints. People wish he was a little bigger. I think we're just so used to the comic book Cable that he's so jacked that it threw us off in the beginning. But I have seen pictures of Josh Brolin working out. He is ripped. He did take this part very serious. I'm so glad, man, that he's playing this role. I understand that they first courted Brad Pitt to play this role. I wouldn't be upset with Brad Pitt either. I mean, I especially like Brad Pitt later in his later years as he got older. I like the films he's been in, but I'm happy with Josh Brolin, man, and he's creating history right now. He's probably going to be going down as one of the greatest comic book movie characters of all time with Cable and Thanos underneath his belt, man. I'm loving it. I don't have too many gripes, like I said, about the Cable look, man. It's pretty almost spot on. I do kind of wish, and this is a small gripe, I do kind of wish the guns looked a little more futuristic. I was kind of hoping for some plasma or laser shooting type of guns, but I'm not upset, man. I understand why they're doing this, man. And I don't know what the budget is for Deadpool 2, but I'm assuming that it's a lot larger than the $58 million that they did to create the masterpiece Deadpool 1. So I'm assuming that maybe they probably either doubled or they went up another 25 to 30% on top of what they already did before. So I'm assuming this movie right here is anywhere between 75 to 100 million. That's just a guess, guys. I have no no credible sources to go off of, man. I'm just doing my own logic and putting it together. But I know so many people are fucking happy about this Cable, but there's a lot of people that are a little skeptical about it also too. So, which is understandable, man. But I feel though that Ryan Reynolds and that crew that created the first Deadpool, that we should give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they gave us such a classic movie. We did the same thing with Josh Whedon. When he gave us that first Avengers movie, we were psyched to see Avengers 2. And of course, you know, we were let down. There was very few good moments in that movie. And I understand Josh Whedon was upset. He felt like too many people were putting their hands into his movie that he was directing, and they were putting their input in it. And we seen what we got, man. It wasn't that great of an Avengers movie. Actually, it's kind of forgettable, to be honest with you, other than the Hulkbuster fight against Hulk. But yeah, Josh Brolin looked like he's hitting it out the park, man. That first picture of him, man, and I like that other picture they showed of him shushing. I have a feeling, man, that has something to do with Deadpool talking too much, man. Or this could be the people who thought that, you know what, you didn't think I can get in shape and play Cable? Look at this motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. I'm assuming they might be to the haters, man. Yeah, I think Josh Brolin was going at the haters on that one right there, man. Shut the fuck up, man. This is going to be a great movie. And I think I believe him, man. I just hope there's not going to be a sophomore jinx, man. Please don't let this movie be garbage, man. Please don't. I mean, they got a different director. I think Tim Miller is out of this one. I don't know what happened. I actually need to read up on that a little more and see why did he leave. Was it creative differences? You know, and a lot of times it has to do with that. But you know what, man? I'm happy with they have some of the crew that's left that helped make that magical movie before. So I'm hoping that they can do it again, man. Can lightning hit twice in the same spot, man? Can Deadpool do what a lot of other movies can't do, is make a good fucking sequel, man? You know, very few movies have been able to make great sequels, man. Star Wars was one that was able to make a great sequel. The Godfather was another movie that made a great sequel. The Spider-Man Tobey Maguire made arguably one of the best comic book movie sequels of all time. So it is out there, but there is a lot of movies though that just flop on their second attempt around, man. So I hope that this is not going to be the case. Oh man, all right, man. Moving on, guys. Moving on. Domino Backlash. It's still heavy. People haven't softened up on the look of the new Domino that's going to be playing in Deadpool 2. Like I said, understandably, I understand why people are upset, but there's a group of people out there, man, that believe that there's a war against their race, man. And I just don't believe that's the case, man, at all, man. Ryan Reynolds just has a look and a vision for this movie, and that lady just happened to fit that role that he's looking for, man. We always say that, oh, man, people shouldn't get a job because of affirmative action. They should get it on the merit of can they do the job. Ryan Reynolds, man, he's working with this actress, man. So I think he would know better than us if she actually can do the role. I don't think he has her playing this role just because she's soft on the eyes. Domino was a complex character in itself. Like, we only seen Domino in animations. And on the comic books. So we really don't have anything to go off of to judge and be like, that's Domino. You know, some of these individuals playing these characters, sometimes, man, there's nothing to go off of to be like, hey, I got to do better than what this person did. Oh, you know what? That person didn't do this part well. I'm going to work on that part. There's nothing ahead to show that there was another Domino for somebody to go off of other than the cartoons and the comic books. But I believe Ryan Reynolds is a comic book fan. Obviously, we can tell that. And I think he knows the character Domino, man. And I think there's probably other people that they got involved to say, hey, we need to know what the personality of Domino really is, and just so we can get this right. So I believe that people are overreaching with the Domino Backlash. I don't think it should be as big as it is. But people are not complaining on other characters that are not comic book accurate. And I feel like they're being hypocritical sometimes, man. You got to harp on everything that's not comic book accurate. You just can't pick and choose, man. You know, like another one, man, Cyclops, man. He was portrayed so horribly through all the X-Men movies, man. There's not one X-Men movie that you can say, man, this is the Cyclops that I know from the comic books. So people got to stop pick and choosing their battles and walk that straight line on whatever whatever argument that they're teetering towards or whatever they're debating, man. They just need to stay true to whatever they're debating, man, and whatever is making them upset, man. I don't know, man. I wish I knew what the fuck it was, man. I really don't know, man, why there's such a big backlash on Domino, man. If it's just purely off of she doesn't look like the comic books, understandable. I'll give you that because I agree. I would love to see the Domino from the comic books onto the big screen, but I'm like that with every fucking character, though. I want every character to look like the comic books, man. I was upset, man, about a lot of things, man, especially during the X-Men series, man. Not too many people bitched about some things, especially about the Juggernaut part, man. I felt like there wasn't enough uproar about the Juggernaut, how he was treated in the X-Men movies, man. I felt like, man, he wasn't a mutant. No one harped on that enough. Maybe there wasn't enough Juggernaut fans out there to say anything, man. Maybe a lot of people didn't know about the Juggernaut's past, man. So that's why they didn't care. You know, I didn't like Apocalypse. I thought Apocalypse wasn't portrayed right in any of the X-Men movies. So I think people need to be consistent, you know, when they're arguing about comic book accuracies, man, and not just go after the diverse characters, or, not going after diverse characters, going after the diverse actors and actresses who are playing these characters that look different in the comic books, man. But like I said, man, I'm willing to give this a chance, man. I'm waiting to see a commercial. I'm waiting to see a trailer just to see if she got the personality down, man. I think once we see that, that might hush people up and might make people be like, all right, I'm willing to give this a chance. But until then, there's going to be a little Domino backlash. But I think with Josh Brolin releasing the Cable, still, that picture, I think that hushed up people to get off the Domino topic for a little bit, man. I think that really did it, and I think they might have did that on purpose. They're seeing the backlash coming, and they don't want to set their movie up for failure. Even though I know Deadpool 2 is going to do excellent in the movie theater, you know, just off the strength of the first one, I'm just hoping that it's going to be better than the first one, man. We always want the sequels to be better than the first one. We want every movie to be better than the last one. So I'm hoping that they can do that, guys, man. But I think people need to ease off a little bit on this one here. I don't think Domino was a big enough character for us to be getting upset about, to be honest with you. At most, she's a B-lister. If she hits it out the park in this movie, we might see her stature go up some. You know, she might get an upgrade, man, and make it and become an A-lister, to be honest with you, man. I mean, definitely being in this movie is going to give her a chance. I remember at a time when Iron Man, when I was collecting comic books, Iron Man was only a B-lister. You know, he wasn't an A-lister, man. Captain America sometimes was a B-lister, man. It's just, you know, the movies help catapult these guys to A-list status when it comes to comic books, man. So, I don't know, man. All right, guys, moving on to this next topic for Deadpool 2. There's speculation that we could see Black Tom and the Juggernaut, man. Like, there's some connections there, people are saying. There was an actor that they hired to play a certain role. And I get this news from CBR, guys. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how credible CBR is all the time. I don't check their stats to see if they're right or wrong and how many times they were wrong and how many times they were right. I just know that I got this information from CBR. And they're believing that the actor that they casted could possibly play Black Tom. Oh my God, if Black Tom is going to be in this new Deadpool 2 movie, there's a good chance we could see Juggernaut, guys. Oh my God, man. And you know Deadpool is going to do Juggernaut right. They're not going to do it like the X-Men one where he's a mutant. I think we're going to actually see the Juggernaut we're supposed to see, man. And the Juggernaut that we love and hate. And Juggernaut and Black Tom have so much history with Deadpool and Cable that this makes sense, man. This makes perfect sense, man. I would love to see this, man. I would love to see this, man. I think this would be the best movie of all time if they just gave us a real Juggernaut. Let the script be horrible. I just want to see an accurate Juggernaut on screen just fucking shit up, man. Oh my God, man. And if they do put the Juggernaut in this, and I have no doubts that Ryan Reynolds and his crew is going to make him look accurate to the comic books, but I just make sure that he's bigger than Colossus, that he should be as big as the Hulk, man. And speaking of that, I wonder if Colossus and Negasonic are going to make a appearance in the Deadpool 2 movie. I hope they make a small cameo, man. At least a small cameo. I loved them from the first one, man, and would like to see them again in this. But don't get me wrong, I want to see other characters portrayed in the Deadpool 2 movie. I don't want it focused again around Colossus and Negasonic. I want to see more Cable and more Domino, but I want them to let us know that, you know, Colossus and these guys are still around, man. Oh my God, Deadpool 2 is shaping up to be a great movie, one of the most anticipated comic book movies to come. And I think, man, we're gonna enjoy the ride, man. I think we really are gonna enjoy the ride, man. But oh my God, Black Tom, guys, if you guys don't know about Black Tom, he can manipulate plant life and he can let out bioblast through his wooden staff. And he's related to, I believe he's the uncle to Banshee. If you guys watched First Class, Banshee was the guy that had the screeching voice as his power. Tom Cassidy is related to him. So, but I don't know. I'm hoping that they're not sticking with that universe. I'm hoping the Deadpool universe is separate from the X-Men one. I don't want them to try to recon and make this somehow part of that X-Men universe. I want them to reboot the X-Men universe. I want them to start with the Deadpool franchise. I think Deadpool so far right now has the best chance for Fox to compete with the Marvel Studios cinematic universe. I believe this Fox has everything they need right now to compete with them. They have iconic characters that could compete with the Avengers, man. The X-Men have just as many popular characters. The X-Men universe, let me fix that. The X-Men universe has just as many popular characters as the Avengers, man. Like I told you guys before in other videos, man, I'm not that big of an Avengers fan. I never cared about the Avengers comic books, man, to be honest with you. I cared about individuals who was in the group, but I never cared for the Avengers as a whole. I thought they were a little campy growing up. I always tend to go towards the X-Men. I really did love the X-Men, and I loved a lot of other team titles that didn't last long, to be honest with you, like the new Fantastic Four with Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and the Great Hulk. Like, I really loved that team up for a little bit, man. It was short-lived, but I liked it, man. Who else did I used to like? Force Works. You have to be an old school comic book head to remember Force Works, man. But I used to love those type of teams, man. Who else? The Night Stalkers with Night Thrasher, Blade. No. I think it was Blade and Morbius. Oh, man, I'm forgetting the other two guys. I'm forgetting the other two members on there, man. But I remember those guys, man, the Night Stalkers, man. I love them, man. I just don't believe everything needs to be, you need to be an Avenger, man, to be part of a team, man. So, oh my God, man, if they can get this right, man, Deadpool 2, man, we're in for a treat, man. And I'm hoping that they can get this Fantastic Four done right. There's still rumors that Fantastic Four might be going back to Marvel Studios. Guys, I'm going to tell you guys, man, We do not want Marvel Studios getting back all their properties, man. I understand you guys want to see them all together under one universe, but they're not going to be able to do some of these characters justice, man. Deadpool is a edgy character that's bordering on heavy PG-13 to rated R. Works better with rated R. Cable is another one. Could he go PG-13? Yes. But being a war-torn soldier from the future, I think rated R is a perfect stamp for him. Domino's another one who likes to flaunt her sexuality, is a mercenary. I believe rated R fits her, and Marvel Studios does not do rated R movies, guys. I know a lot of you guys believe that, well, they don't need cussing to make a good movie. Understandable. You're definitely right on that. They don't need cussing to make a great comic book movie. But let me tell you guys this, though. Let me give you an example. If Marvel took over Punisher, do you think you're going to see a bloodbath? Do you think you're going to see Punisher blowing off heads and mowing down mafia members and organized crime criminals? No, you're not going to see that with a Marvel Studios movie, man. So, like I said before, man, I don't think it's a good idea for Marvel to get all their properties back. No matter how much you guys want to see all these characters underneath the same umbrella, one, Marvel's not going to give us all these characters, to be honest with you. We're not going to see them all on screen. If Marvel gets every single piece of their properties back, doesn't mean they're going to make 20 more movies based off those characters that they got back. They might make some cameos, but they're not going to flesh them all out, guys. And we're going to lose a lot of these characters, villains and heroes and vigilantes through the cracks because Marvel Studio has a full slate and they're trying to tell a certain story, man. And I'm waiting for this phase 3 to be done so we can get on to phase 4 for Marvel Studios because I heard that it's going to go more cosmic. I hope so. Because I'm really losing faith, man, right now, what Marvel's putting out right now. I have no faith that they're going to give me anything different, man. Everything has been the same format for their movies. So that's why Deadpool was a fresher breath of air, guys, man. Doing something edgy, something different, comic book accurate. I mean, that's one thing people could say. The Deadpool movie was comic book accurate, man. So I have faith in Ryan Reynolds and his crew that Deadpool 2 is going to be a solid movie, man. And I have faith that the actors that they pick and actresses that they pick to play their roles, Domino and Cable, are going to do a pretty good job, man. As long as Deadpool can still carry his movie, if they're relying on these characters to carry the movie for them, Domino and Cable, I think the movie will fail. Deadpool still needs to be the center of it, but it makes me want to go back and read the old Cable and Deadpool series, man, the old X-Force series with Domino and Cable, man. So, I'm renewing my subscription on Marvel Unlimited to get back into these again, man. So I can't wait, man. I'm going to bring you guys more news. Anything else that I hear or I have I want to discuss in length, then I'm going to do it, guys. I'm not going to sit here and make a video every fucking moment I hear some new news about a comic character, man. If it's small, I'm not going to dive into it. But the Domino backlash, man, and Josh Brolin's Cable pictures, man, is worthy news because it blew up the internet, man. And like I said, Deadpool 2 is one of the most anticipated comic book movies to come, guys, man. But thank you guys, man, for listening, man. Stay tuned for more Game of Cosmic, man. I'm bringing you that real, man. Peace.